गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are in Dakshinamurti Stotram. We have already completed the Dhyanam and the first verse. The first verse was Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijantargatam Pashyannatmani Mayaya Bahirivod Bhutai Yatha Nidraya Yas Sakshat Kurute Prabodha Samaye Swatmanamevadvayam Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaidam Shri Dakshinamurtaye Shri Dakshinamurtaye. Our salutations to Shri Dakshinamurti. And who is Shri Dakshinamurti? He is the south facing Lord Shiva. And that is the tradition that when Lord Shiva is facing south, he is called as Dakshinamurti. And why is he facing south? Because we are all facing north. We are always looking at Himalayas. We have to go to Himalayas. We are going, no, this is end of this year. Why we are going to Himalayas? Oh, all the sages are there, all the sadhus are there, all the ashrams are there, the Ganga ji is there, the Yamuna ji is there, the Kedarnath is there, the Narayana is there. We don't go to Antarctic for that. We go to north, isn't it? It's traditional. And when a disciple is facing the higher in that sense, when the disciple is facing the higher, and when the higher pulled by the desire of the disciple to know more, to realize his true potential, when that infinite faces the student, faces the disciple, he is called the Dakshinamurti. He is the Sadguru. He is the teacher. He is the teacher of all teachers. To that teacher, our salutations. And he is the one, by being in his presence, by being in his proximity, by listening to his mere words, by being in satsang with him, by being in, even you may see or you may not see, even a thought of his can awaken the hidden potential that you essentially are. See? And that is the greatness of our tradition. And how does he teach? I told he can teach with words, but Dakshinamurti, he teaches through silence. And here in the first verse, we saw that exhaustively in our last, whenever that retreat was, many months ago. And Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijantargatam. Here, our scriptures, when we mean by scriptures, it is the Vedas. Among the Vedas, it is the Upanishads. Among the Upanishads, there are many Mahavakyas, like Prajnanam Brahma, like Ayam Atma Brahma, like Tattvamasi, and another famous one is Aham Brahmasmi. And there are many other statements of truth, like Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, Ekameva Dvitiya Nanasti Kinchana, and so on and so forth. There are many of them. See? But when but the most famous one, what is the instruction that the teacher gives to the student? He tells, when a student comes to the teacher, he tells him, Tattvamasi, you are that, thou art that. You are that infinite. This is the instruction. And what does the student have to realize? Aham Brahmasmi. And how the teacher gives the instruction? Through silence. Here Dakshinamurti ji is giving it through silence. And how the student has to receive it? Through silence. But are we able to be silent? We are incapable. So we have to develop that stamina, that attitude of remaining. Where we become silent, there we are. But our problem is that we have so many questions, we have so many doubts, we have so many unfinished strings which are taking us in many different directions. And therefore, to address that in Dakshinamurti, if that silence was to be given words, what is that first? Here it is told that Tattvamasi Mahavakya which is there, thou art that, you are that you, Tvam, Tat Tvam Asi. Tat is that is that infinite or the totality. Tvam is you, and the combining between the two is Asi, are. It is the verb. So these first three verses of Dakshinamurti, the first one addresses the Tvam aspect of this Mahavakya. The second one is Tat, how this creation, everything is that infinite. First it is you. Majority of us don't even know who we are. Where is Raj? She didn't answer. Maunam. बेचारी आते ही एकदम फंस गई. अगर कोई कुछ बोल देती थी then I would have added to it, but she didn't, so I have to keep quiet. हाँ देखो, सब महात्मा हैं, इसीलिए आते नहीं क्लासेस में. So that Tvam, majority of us have a problem in even coming to be or coming to the correct conclusion of as to who I am. Here it is at Tvam. The second verse, we'll talk about it in short and then we'll move into the second verse. Then second verse, be just, that second verse, that talks about Tat. So if I am the individual, I consider myself to be the individual. Am I the individual? Am I the body? Am I someone who is born? Am I someone who dies? Am I the witness? Am I the infinite consciousness? Who am I? Am I the Gaunatma? Am I the Mithyatma? Am I the Mukhyatma? Am I the father, mother, daughter, sister, which are the virtual eyes? Am I the body eye, the Jivatma, which is the illusory eye, illusory eye, or am I the infinite eye? We understand, we are nodding here, but most of the time, where are we sitting in ourselves? That also we are not clear. If wife calls, "Oi," ऐसे बुलाते हैं ना baby. So who replies, yes. Is it the Mukhyatma or is it the virtual? Position pata honi chahiye. When you know the position, then you can play the game. But if you become serious about the role that you are playing, then you have lost the plot. So here, through this example, Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari, what is your status in yourself? That has been brought forth. That has been revealed to you through the words, so that we come to correct ascertainment of our selves as to who we really are. And there it is addressed. Are you the roles? Are you the body? Are you the mind? Are you the intellect? Are you the equipment? Or are you someone other than that? See? सुनने में कितना आसान है ना? It's so easy to listen. But that is the beauty of satsang. Vedanta is not to be practiced. Or remember one thing, Vedanta is not to be practiced. The moment you take Vedanta to be practiced, you have lost the plot. Why tell?
Because
Say loudly.
you have to live it.
Live it means after listening.
You are already that.
You are already that. So, please put the phones off. You are already that. Know it. Yes.
When we are practicing, we are seeing the difference.
When we are practicing, we are maintaining the difference between me and that which I already am. You understand? I will practice to be a wife, which means you are not accepted, you are a wife. You are still living in bachelorhood. होते हैं कई. This applies more to the boys than the girls. You know? I'm still like someone, she got a puppy. And why she got the puppy, I asked her. She says, I'm practicing how to be a mother. Yeah, then you're in the wrong yoni. God made a mistake by giving birth to you as a woman. If you're practicing how to take care of a child by having a puppy in the house. So she cleans her bum, the puppy's bum, feeds the bum. She got it when it was very small, very cute. But you can't practice. Can you have the motherhood feelings for the puppy? होना चाहिए, पर फिर when it comes to puppy, it should be for the whole universe, like our ammachi. है ना? Towards everyone. But this is pathetic that I am going to practice only. So somewhere something is wrong. So anyway, so who are we? What is our true nature? Where do we sit in ourselves? That all was addressed in the first verse. Second verse will address Tat. What is this? If everything is, Tat means that. That means the infinite. Infinite is that which is one without a second. That which is inclusive of everything. This word I am using, inclusive of everything, for your benefit. From infinite point, is there any inclusivity? Or it is? That's it. But how do I come to know it is? How do I come to that conclusion that there is something which is, in our words, all encompassing, which is pervading everything? There the theory of, it was told that for everything to be created, when we go into it, we'll see it in detail, that everything needs a material cause and efficient cause. Everything needs a material out of which something is created, and you need a creator of that, who uses that material to make whatever is required to be made. But in this creation, what is the material that has gone into creating the creation? That will be addressed in second verse. And who is the creator? That will be addressed. And the answer is given that both are the same. The material Upadan Karan is also the infinite, and the Nimitta Karan, the creating ability, is the creator also is the same, infinite. So infinite made something out of himself, and which is called this creation, and how he did it. Is it possible? Is it not possible? Yet we are seeing it. All this will be addressed. If I'll try to do justice to it, but we will see when it comes. And the third verse talks about the Asi, the Sambandha, the relationship between Tat and Tvam and Tat, the individuality and the infinite or the totality. Whichever, we will take it as Brahman, we take it as Paramatman. So, how long is this distance between I, the individual, who want to be the infinite one? How long is this? So essentially I am the infinite, but how long will this distance that I am not the infinite, or that I have to be one with the infinite, or to come to realize that I am in essence the infinite, when will it end, this search? When will this search end? When will it conclude? सोचने वाली बात है. It will only, so when the verse says tat tvam asi, so you are that. After that, what? Am I expected to do something in order to be that? Do I have to do some sadhana to be that? Do I have to do some pranayam, yogasan, yama, niyama, so many things are given in so many scriptures. Do I have to do something in order to be that? This is where the karma versus the jnana comes. In Vedanta, nothing is required to be done and nothing needs to be realized. It's only while listening it should click. There is no lag. Lag means first I watch the YouTube and then I make the curry. So first I listen to the satsang and after that I will, that was very interesting. That was a little bit not clear. I will think about it, I will ponder over it, then I will realize it. Nope. For those people who want to study and then come to abide in the Aham Brahmasmi, then study other scriptures. Not Dakshinamurti Stotram. Dakshinamurti Stotram, straight away be silent in yourself. Because the Atma is ever silent. It is not. See, what is the difference between the infinite consciousness and the individual consciousness? What is the difference? Yeah, one is, bolo, brainstorm. Nothing? Okay. मैंने कहा ना, I am in the wrong place. They should be giving the lectures. What else? Brainstorm. What is the difference between individual self and the infinite self?
Thoughts.
No, make a complete sentence. Just throw one word like that. I don't know from what angle you are coming.
Because the individual self has got a mind of his own. There are thoughts going and coming and going.
Okay.
But the infinite self hasn't got any thought because there is no duality.
Because there is no, this is your experience or intellectual conviction?
Conviction.
Good. Anything else? Now I'll put I'll be the Narad Muni here. But a realized master thinks thoughts.
Without the ownership.
वही ना बात. So what is the difference between an individual self or the Jivatma and the Paramatma? The individual functions as Karta and Bhokta. Infinite self, no Karta, no Bhokta. So if you have to be the infinite self, Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, the teacher said Tattvamasi, and you have to realize Aham Brahmasmi. Can you do something? As long as you are doing something, you will remain as individual. You will remain as the doer. तो क्या करोगे उसके बाद? No, I have to, scripture said, Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. I have to do Mananam. करते रहो, लगे रहो मुन्ना भाई. You will never come to realize. So our Vedanta says, reality is caught, has to be realized. When? ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Right here and now, at this very moment the words are reaching your ears, that very moment we have to realize. Shravanam must lead to conclusion. Shravanam, you understand everyone? Listening. We are passively listening. What is active listening? I have said it, addressed this many times in our classes. What is active listening? Tell. Thank God you have all forgotten. I can repeat it again.
Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, 100%.
Okay, so right now, are you 100% available to every thought that is appearing in your mind? Or are you 100% available to that because of which hearing or the thought is possible? Which one are you available to? Are you available to the thought, or are you available to yourself, the conscious principle because of which hearing is possible? Thought is possible, breath is possible, because every moment your attention is going somewhere. Mine is going to a word, suddenly abhi word bol raha hu, my attention is going somewhere. The moment I made that statement, suddenly my attention while speaking went to my hand moving, then my hand resting on the table here, then sometimes it came to him, sometimes it came to her, sometimes it's outside, sometimes it's inside, sometimes it's on my thoughts, sometimes it's on my speech, sometimes it's on the movement of my hands, sometimes it's on the consciousness, somewhere it is. So these varieties will keep changing. Just as the words that are coming to you on your eardrum are continuously changing. But are you changing? Is the eardrum changing? Eardrum bhi aa jao, it's a constant principle. So, eardrum vibrates with every sound, but is the eardrum changing? No. The mind vibrates with thoughts, but is the mind changing? No. The mind changes with waking, dream and sleep, but do you change the one who knows that the waking, dream and deep sleep are coming and going? So where are we right now? Vedanta says right here and now is the only possibility for us to realize ourselves. Dekho. So, and when this happens, while listening, without any lag, without any delay, spontaneously, Asi, the third verse. What is that? The Jivatma and the Paramatma or the Brahman are one. Jivatma is Jivatma only for one reason. Why? Infinite consciousness is called Jivatma only for one reason. Why? Objectivity has been given validity. Paramatma gives validity to, if he could give validity. He is one without a second. Everywhere he sees, hears, touches, feels. I am using this word, okay, because we don't know the formless and attributeless reality. We only know that reality by way of the saints and sages. So when we look at that person, someone said he is realized, we see he is realized, but what is his disposition? That he sees one and all as the self alone. He is not against anything or for anything. See? But individual, he is for and against. For him, duality is the norm. For infinite consciousness, infinite is the norm. This is the difference. How this is one, that will be shown in the third verse. What about the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth? They are only commentaries on these three verses with different examples. If you know the first three verses, story over. Even if you came to know in the Dhyanam, the first verse, Maunam Vyakya Prakadita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam. If you just understand the first word, it is enough. Maunam Vyakya. Eloquence of silence. Maunam, silence. Vyakyat, eloquence, expansion of silence. We are taking silence as a concept. We are taking expansion as a concept, and then how will silence lage raho? But we talked about it in detail. We talked about silence in detail. What a joke it can be. See, and here Dakshinamurti is also talking in silence, and yet we are taking 8 verses on it. This is the wonderfulness of our scriptures. Only they can address this subtle topic in this manner and are able to place everything where it is and as it is. So just overview of this first one. Vishwam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam. It says the entire world is, it's in your notes only. The entire world is like a city seen within a mirror, the seeing happening within one's own being. Huh? Vishwam means the world. Darpana means the mirror. Drushya Mana Nagari is seen like the reflected city. So just like a city is reflected in the mirror, similarly this whole world is seen only in the mirror of your mind within. Nijantargatam. Nija antaragatam. Now what is the status of the world? When I have a mirror here, now I'm having a camera in front of me. I am seeing myself. What is the state? That fellow is also speaking. There is a wall behind me, there is a wall behind him also. There are these colors here, there are those colors also. There is a mic, there is a mic there also. I am pointing, he is pointing back at me also. He is mimicking everything that I am doing. So which one is real? That fellow or this fellow? He must be thinking, you are the fake one, I am the real one. You see? So what is the status of that? For all purposes, it looks very real, isn't it? You can see the depth, you can experience the time, you can experience the form, you can experience the sound, you can experience the various colors, everything you can experience there. But are they real? No, because you know you are the real one. As much as that fellow looks realistic, just like in a movie. The movie looks so realistic. That's why all the technology is coming, the Dolby sound and the surround sound and the Eastman color and all, now the 3D and the virtual, to make the objective experience more real. Yesterday I was listening to something on the radio and they were saying that the robots are having emotions. Hey, they have gleaned because they are like sponges who are collecting information from the web, this chatbot and all that, and they can manipulate your emotions. They have come to that point. So, but are they one step ahead of you or you are one step ahead of them? So there was the discussion was, are robots sentient beings or humans are sentient beings? Now the one who is having this discussion on the radio himself is confused whether he is sentient or a robot is sentient. Because he knows the word sentient, but he does not understand the meaning of sentient. He does not understand the meaning of consciousness. Science today is searching for that only, isn't it? But they don't know. They are still searching only. But in our Vedas, the answer is already there. And what is the answer? That there is no answer. What is the answer? You are the answer to yourself. That we have to find out. You cannot find this answer of sentiency or consciousness objectively. It is not possible. So why is this example given? Vishwam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam? Because by nature we are extrovert. Because by nature, if you watch every one of yourself, all of us, अभी थोड़ी देर के बाद कहेंगे यार अभी टाइम हो गया क्या, अभी फर्स्ट क्लास है, चाय का टाइम हो गया अभी. Why the cooler is not working? I think it's time. Why? Tea is there, but biscuit is not there. What is this? taking the world to be real. Why you have taken the world to be real? You have taken the body to be real. Why you have taken the body to be real? Because you have taken the mind to be real. Why you have taken the mind to be real? Because you have taken the I, which is extroverted, to be real. The limited I to be real. ऐसे ही कर रहे हो ना, when you function as husband or wife, you have taken that non-entity as a real entity, and then you suffer. Whichever role you have, not only husband, any role that you play. So this is the thing. So here, when we say, so this natural disposition of ours to accept ourselves in reference to something else, this is where we are making the mistake. And here in the first verse, the teacher is trying to correct our assessment of ourselves. What is our assessment? I'm not going to too much into detail because you can listen to the last lectures. What is the assessment? That the world was before I was born, the world will be after I go away. I came into the creation, I'll go out of the creation, etc., etc. So here what is being told? This creation is Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari. Just as a reflected city is seen in the mirror, similarly the whole world is seen on the screen of the mind. Where? Inside, Nijantargatam, within. Very mota. Pashyannatmani mayaya bahirivod bhutam yatha nidraya. It is a witnessing happening within the Atma, the witnessing of the externally projected world, projected by the power of Maya, as if a dream in a sleep. Now an example is given again to explain that what was told before, that the world is a reflection in the mirror. Similarly, this world is reflected in your mind. How? Like in the dream. Your mind projects, or mind becomes space, air, fire, water, earth, past, present, future, birth, death, past, present, future, all the emotions, all the minds, all the breaths, all the cells of everybody in the dream, all the hairs also, all the kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya also, all the seeking also, all the life that is expressing through every person, whether it is human being or anything, from a mosquito to Brahmaji, everything has come out of your mind. Mind alone is supporting the whole thing, isn't it? Everything, inert and conscious. Everything is pervaded by the mind alone. What is the status of the dream? What is the status of the dream? Many people write books on deciphering the dreams.
It's not there.
The dream is not there. Why? It is not there. The moment you wake up, you come to this conclusion that it was only a figment of imagination of the mind, and therefore you give zero value to it. Are you able? So what has happened? See, in that dream, the whole world was projected by the mind, within the mind, and out of that whole projected world, you said, I am only this body. One body out of that whole projection you accepted as I. There also, have you ever seen your body in the dream? Have you ever seen your body in the dream? You have seen everything else in the dream, but nobody has ever seen their own body. The moment you come in front of a mirror, you will wake up. Because you are a ghost. Everyone is afraid of a ghost. Nobody has seen a body, their body in the dream. But what happened? You woke up, some event in the dream woke you up, and the moment you woke up, you declared to yourself that whether you woke up because of some positive or negative experience, you declared that it was a imagination, and you give zero value to it. not to think about ever again. Whether it was the most beautiful wife or the most handsome husband or the bestest of children and the bestest of life that you were leading in the dream, all becomes zero the moment you wake up. You don't hang on to it only. Also, those who hang on to it, then they have to go to doctors, isn't it? Or because they can't understand, they cannot put the two ends together. Then they go become alcoholic or take drugs because they are trying to sort this thing out, but they don't know how. Because they have taken the imagination to be real. They have taken the mind to be real. See? And we talked about in the last class, in the last lecture, we talked about even if the mirror is only 1 millimeter thick, but it is able to support the hundreds of kilometers of depth. Isn't it? How thick is your mind? How thick is your mind? See? So all these things we had talked, and here it says, Pashyan Atmani Mayaya Bahirivod Bhutai Yatha Nidraya. So just as the dream in a sleep is a figment of imagination, is a projection of your mind, exactly the same way the waking world also is only a projection of the waking mind, not the dream mind, waking mind. How can you be sure? How can I have this experience? Like I had the experience of the dream. You woke up. You came to this conclusion that dream is not to be pursued. I don't have to think about it. Then what I have to do? You wake up from waking. Then how do you wake up from waking? By first accepting that this waking Jagrat Avastha, this waking world is also a projection of your mind. Just like dream was a projection of your mind, this waking is also a projection of your mind. Why is it happening? Maya, a higher power, potentiality, higher potentiality. We'll not go into it. That will be addressed in second verse now. It's the Ishwar's Maya. So it is happening. Pashyat Tadbhutam Yatha Nidraya. And this and everything in this creation, in the waking world, we are accepting. Dinesh is, Shailaja is, carpet is, laptop is, phone is, mic is, everything is. I know that this world exists. That's how I interact with this world, isn't it? Tomorrow I say, hey, I'm not, you don't exist, so I will not speak. You don't exist, but I'm not going to speak because you don't exist. It's foolish. So here one position is as an individual. Here it is addressed. We are talking about Tvam. The first verse is about Tvam. You. Who are you? Are you the one who's giving validity to the world, or are you the one who is available to the world? Are you the one who is having an axe to grind in the world? Are you the one who is wanting to fulfill his desires in this world, about the world? Which one are you? Here it is being told, don't do that. Because if you do that, you are going to get caught up in this cycle of the world and there is no way out. Then what do? I look at the world as if it is a dream. Then what do? Just like you know that the waking, dream, deep sleep come and go on a daily basis and you are the witness of it, you remain a witness for this also. For this waking world also you remain the witness. It is foolish to live only 1/3 of your life. Your whole life, this came in our last Kathopanishad or somewhere. Our whole life on a daily basis is going through waking experience, dream experience and deep sleep experience. and you are living and taking to be real only the waking experience, how foolish can you be? If you have to be, here we are addressing Tvam. As long as you are taking only the waking to be real, you will continue to remain an individual. If you feel that there is an iota of possibility for me to expand and become Trigunatit, because Sattva, Rajas, Tamas alone are expressing as waking, dream and sleep, that I have to go beyond this world, then you have to take the whole world, which constitutes these three, as the projection of the total mind, or of the mind, and not becoming serious about it. Our problem is we become serious. How do we become serious? Which we have told before. You watch a movie, it is not real, but you cry. You pay and cry. And if he laughs, you laugh. He dances, you dance. He cries, you cry. If there is a killing there, you feel bad. Oh. And some people are so identified with the movie that they become unconscious also, isn't it? Isn't that happens to us when we look at the world? Because we have put our eggs in the basket of the world, in our relationships, in our friendships, in our objects which we own, including this body. If something happens, we react so much. Or we lose the plot. Or we blame someone else. To come out of this is being, therefore it is told, come to correct assessment of yourself. That is the whole purpose. I am not ये overview बता रहा हूँ मैं. And then it says, यस साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोध समये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयम्. यस साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोध समये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयम्. One experiences this directly, this play of Maya, during spiritual awakening within the non-dual experience of one's own Atman. Now think a bit coolly. What is that? One experiences this directly, this play of Maya. I clearly remember what I said in the last class, which was few months ago. Who is listening right now? Dinesh or Shailaja or Nitin but when we make this statement, what happens to you? Do you know the waking, dream and deep sleep come and go every day? All of you are nodding. Who is nodding? Is it the waker who is nodding? Is it the dreamer who is nodding? Is it the sleeper who is nodding? Because each one of those fellows does not have access to the other two. Does not have access to the other two. Then who answered? Waker cannot know the dream world or the sleep. The sleeper cannot come to know the waker or the waking world and the dream world. The dreamer cannot know the sleep world and the waking world. Then who knows that these three come and go? Is that fellow other than you? Is it? But answer is coming from you only. But which is that you? See? So you have to be very, here when it says, yes sakshat kurute prabodha samaye, one experiences this directly, this play of Maya. So where is the wake? Are you creating the waking, dreaming, deep sleep, or they are happening of their own accord? And you are merely the witness. But our issue is that even though we are the witness, we get pulled away by the world and become one player in the world. And we lose the higher position. Just like even though we are a woman or a man, and the moment wife comes in front of us, immediately the husband comes out and starts reacting and forgets that he is the man. And vice versa. If the child comes, we forget that we are the man, having the overview of the life of that child, what is beneficial or not beneficial, and immediately we become the father. Lose the plot. See? So here, one experiences this directly, this play of Maya. So who is creating this waking, dream and deep sleep, the coming and going of the three? Who is creating this whole creation? By whose power? It is the power of the, here, one principle is given, Maya. What is that Maya will be told in the second verse. And can you come to know that this is the play of Maya while being the waker? While being the waker, can you know all this is false? While being the dreamer who is experiencing the dream, what was told last time? The dreamer is experiencing the dream world as a waking experience. He is not thinking that this is a dream going on. He is thinking it is real. Who? The dreamer. And suddenly something happens and he finds himself awake. Then he concludes that it was a dream. What is your position right now? Just like the dreamer was considering the dream world to be real, we are also considering this world to be real right now. Till when? Till we wake up. So wake up. तब तक अटके रहोगे. And how do we lengthen the dream? How long will this dream continue to be real? As long as we are attached, as long as we are taking it to be real, as long as we think, as long as we are living on past experiences, as long as we are expecting something in the future, you are maintaining the waking experience on and on and on. You have invested so much into it. Here the scripture is telling that come to ascertain your correct position, the one who helps you to correct your correct position, the untouched, the witnessing consciousness that you are, the Atman that you are, by whose grace? That is the Dakshinamurti Bhagavan. To him our prostrations, to him our salutations. So first, when I say Dinesh, or anyone's name I take, whom do you, that time, is Dinesh the body replying to me? Is Dinesh the mind responding to me? Is Dinesh the consciousness responding to me? That he has to address. When I am calling Dinesh, am I calling the body Dinesh? Am I calling the soul Dinesh? Am I calling the consciousness Dinesh? I have to be also very clear. This is the difference between you and Mahatmas, that's all. This will not come by assessing the world. This will only come by assessing who you are in the first place. Am I a product of this world? Am I the body? Am I the senses? Am I the mind? Am I the intellect? Or am I the conscious principle, the eternal witnessing consciousness that I am? Consciousness of what? Conscious of what? Witnessing what? Witnessing the waking, dream and deep sleep, coming and going. That which is coming and going cannot be real. This is one rule. And even though it is your experience, you are still taking the waking to be real. You take the consciousness to be real. With this, we conclude for the moment and we'll come back for the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just sit quietly for a moment.